Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carey. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
I made myself uncomfortable with that. And I think I correctly made you uncomfortable as well.
Not really.
You enjoyed it?
I'm pretty like unfazed at this point with you.
Okay, I love that.
I liked the commitment to eye contact.
I said I wanted to break eye contact.
You didn't.
I know, but
Which
I said
I
you've
think
got to
because
push
I knew
through.
because I knew you were choosing to keep eye contact, it made me less uncomfortable.
Okay,
'Cause I
good.
knew
So it
was-
worked.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
You know who you share a birthday with?
Who?
Prince Louis and
Valerie Bertinelli.
YouTube.
YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
2005?
2006? No.
A lot of big
20 years ago.
Wow,
Whatever
that's
it was.
crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of big things happen on this day.
I know.
Gigi Hadid.
Ooh, Gigi.
Shirley Temple.
Mm,
Jamie King.
mm.
Very random. And John Cena.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay.
John Cena follows me on Twitter, but he also follows like 8 million people.
All right.
Literally.
Well, you're killing it nonetheless.
I'd climb him
Mm-hmm.
for a birthday.
He's tree vibes.
I'd like to just like wear like an overcoat and then be on top of his shoulders and like walk around acting like we're one person.
Or he could wear you like a backpack.
Yeah, that'd be cool. He could.
Mm-hmm.
He's strong.
You could wrap your legs around his waist
Yeah.
and then just arms over like a hiking backpack.
I'm
It'd be a good
down.
workout. He could probably go up Runyon with
I'd
you.
go birthday twins.
Mm-hmm.
Birthday sis. Yes, I'm 36.
No comment.
I know. I'm venturing into my late 30s and I'm still in my mid 30s, but I'm venturing one more year of my mid 30s and then the upper mid 30s begins. So
I'm letting you have it.
I'm going to let you have it. Let's have a kiki.
Let's have a birthday.
I always think about the Glee episode where Sarah Jessica Parker was kikiing.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible.
Yeah. She really did the thing.
How long was she on that show?
Too long.
Gwyneth was on for too long too, right? Isn't that how she and
I
Brad
like to
met?
forget that era. I don't consider that as part of like the Gwyneth lore. Glee is like the last thing that I actively choose to forget.
Are you excited about her return to film?
In
Safdie movie?
yeah, I'll be.
Fucking
I'll be like,
fucking
I'm
Timmy.
really excited.
I want to see her and Timmy fuck.
I know. I'm just excited about everything, really.
I'm excited. This is going to be a good year for me.
Yeah.
I feel it.
You're going into
I'm having a good 36.
What's your personal year
What's that?
for numerology?
Oh, I forgot. Honey,
I think you might have just been in an 8 year and you're going into a 9 year.
is 9 good?
Can we do a little math really quick?
That's true. I am. You confirmed that. Like a few months ago, you pulled up the tapes and you did like you said I was going into my 9 year. Is that bad?
No, it's like the final year of like the 9 year cycle. It's a year of completion, consolidation, finishing what you started, resolving loose ends, letting go of what no longer serves you, reflect on your life journey, acknowledge your accomplishments, learn from past experience, prepare for new beginnings, focus on universal love, embrace integrity, don't fear the transition. I go in with that. You're fine.
People thought you were firing me.
I know. They always think that.
The Patreon email heard round the world.
I know. I like keeping them on their toes. I knew immediately, I was like, people are going to have various like heart attacks, palpitations, but it's good to like scare people a little bit.
It wouldn't be sup without scaring a little.
You got to keep things a little bit scary.
It was a good email.
Yeah, it was great. But a 9 year is exciting. And then you're going to be in a whole new cycle for your next year. I'm about to go into an 8 year, which I'm excited about.
Good.
8 year is like abundance. It's like getting things done.
You have a cornucopia of gourd, squash, veggies, and you're going forward.
Yeah.
I'm sort of settling in for...
You're releasing.
I'm releasing.
You're waving goodbye to what no longer serves you. You're
I really am,
reflecting.
actually.
I know you are.
I have been. 35 was a hard and good year. But 36 is very random. It's fucking random as hell, I gotta say. But I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm accepting of being sort of a random adult.
I know. 36 is when you officially become random.
Yeah. 36 is
it happens to everyone.
36 is like that show 30-something.
Everyone will become
random as fucking hell.
And at 36, some are random from birth. So at least you're not one of
I
those.
was certainly not random at birth. I was born on a full moon.
But by 36, like, you are officially random.
Born 8 p.m. on the dot. They stopped the clock at 00. That's what I was told. And the nurses had a bet going. And the nurse who won said she went home and cleaned her house.
Love that.
She was rejuvenated by the whole experience.
I love that you have boots on the ground nurse reaction.
Camden, New Jersey didn't see what was coming when I came through.
They didn't when you burst out with jazz hands.
I did. A big old baby.
In the news, the Pope is
dead. Right? Did you see his body?
He's
interned.
He's laying.
He's on
display.
I'm a little like
on display.
They could have queened him out a little because he looks very dead.
Does he look kind of gray?
Yeah, they could have. I'm like, I know it's like probably they don't want to touch the Holy Father that much, but like he looks like a gray alien. Could we give him just a little bit of rouge?
He's a little yellow.
Catholics love this shit though. They love a skeleton. They love Skeletor, kind of like. It's kind of like that movie The Shrouds coming out by Cronenberg where you can like watch your loved one decay in real time.
I do love when I enter a church and they have the skeleton of a priest or
like
nun
Europe.
Or someone on display in the church.
Him being carried is cunty.
Mm-hmm.
Probably doesn't weigh that much, right?
No. People are lining up around the block.
Was the Queen open casket or was that closed? Please keep it closed, sir.
Again, I have papal FOMO, but I'm just dealing with it.
There's a little bit of news. I guess some are urging the new Pope to spill. I guess I've read this before that the Vatican somehow has like the tea on UFOs. The Vatican knows a lot of shit. The Vatican has a lot of secret things sealed. They have a lot of info. The Vatican essentially, I think, has like their own CIA.
Yeah,
and that
makes sense because it because it basically functioned similar to
as a government,
like a government.
Well, it's a nation state, so it's like its own.
Yeah, and I think they're like CC'd on important government emails.
The Vatican,
at least be CC'd.
Like if a comet was coming to Earth, like the Vatican would know.
They'll
like,
be CC'd.
First day.
They get a heads up.
Yeah, they're
on the front lines of heads up.
But I've known that the Vatican has links to UAP and aliens. And now they're urging whoever takes over Francis, the seat he left empty, must disclose. Which like, yeah, right. That's not gonna happen. Who are these people demanding?
I mean,
let's look.
That's dicey because disclosing UFOs or like honoring that.
Well, that makes sense of why they would have
why they're tight-lipped about it.
But why they'd be so committed to getting info on it, because it does sort of put the faith in peril.
Mm-hmm.
Because
depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue it makes me think God is real more, but yeah, it definitely threatens the church and all religion.
Well, I think also it really threatens the people who believe like the entire universe is only 6,000 years old.
Yeah, like the Marjorie Taylor Greene.
High risk.
Did you see Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, evil was defeated today when Pope died?
God, what a fucking cunt.
She's such a cunt. But
I read also that she's made like $20 million from like playing the market.
Yeah, she's a fucking. But those types of Christians hate. They think the Catholics
They think it's a cult.
Are evil.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the evil was defeated today.
Girl, Sit the fuck down.
Go do a burpee.
Why don't you take it just a beat
do some
before you go
burpees,
like
queen.
shit on the Pope?
Go to the fucking Barry's boot camp out in the parking lot and lift some tires. You fucking ghoul.
Yeah, go do some CrossFit.
Yeah.
You big old dyke.
You big old les. You big old swim coach.
No, the lesbians do not claim.
No, they don't. They don't fuck her. They don't
It would
fuck with her.
actually be really horrible to be like a ghoul such as she, but then also decide you're gonna go like late in life les.
She will never
and be completely turned away. That's why you
she
just
loves
have
dick.
to be straight.
You can tell. She's hungry.
In her arse.
No, I think she was fucking her like her boot camp person. I think there was like a whole scandal about it. Anyway, I don't want to talk about her.
Yeah, let's
but
not. Let's pivot. Not on this beautiful day.
Links to UFO laid bare.
Oh, it's Daily Mail Plus. They're always trying to get you. I think that they're just like, they have people making shit up on these Plus.
But this is
The
real.
day that I pay for Daily Mail, you can break into my house and shoot me point blank in the face. I'm
Okay.
not going to pay for it ever. And I want the Daily Mail to know that here and now.
You'd rather die than pay.
Don't start with me. I'm not paying $1.99 a month
No,
for your Plus
if you're paying
stories.
$1.99 to the Daily Mail, you need to like, and like this is coming from people who
Who treat the Daily Mail
like CNN, but like I would never pay them a cent.
ever.
They're the worst. They're
Ever.
horrific people.
Also, I always cross Google whatever they've plussed if I'm really curious, and it never pops up anywhere else, which leads me to believe that they are spinning yarns on Plus.
But this is a yarn that's been spun from a lot of other people.
But you know what? It's also a yarn that I learned everything I needed to know from the headline.
True.
And I don't need to look any further.
I'm confident that we will not learn a single thing from the Vatican about UFOs. And it's like, didn't Trump was like, I'm going to disclose. And then he was like, it was the FAA about the drones. I'm like,
Oh, I forgot about the drone gate. Let's not bring that up on this special day either, because you know that stressed me out.
Yeah. I saw a video of Lorde performing in Washington Square Park last night. She was like lip syncing to her new song, which sounds good. But there was a moment where you saw a drone like narrowly go by her. And I was like, oh my
Not with her
God,
hair.
Not Lorde.
It could get stuck in that wild mane.
Lorde.
It might be a Lord Summer.
She's doing a sort of Charlie-esque drop where she like assembles people in a public square and like dances.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm not as excited about Lorde as I am about like other people, but I like Lorde.
Yeah.
Ella.
I mean, I know
She's cool.
a lot of gay guys that love Lorde and
Lorde
like
gays are
ride
very-
for solar power. Like they stand by their truth that solar power was the album of the century. And to that I say,
I respect
okay.
their.
I haven't listened, but
I'm a melodrama gay
mm-hmm.
and pure heroin.
Yeah.
Those are brilliant.
Brilliant.
But they were. Solar Power, I was like, I listened to one song and went, this isn't for me.
You sometimes just have to know your limits.
And it's okay.
Speaking of knowing your limits, Lisa Vanderpump needs to know when to shut her fucking mouth.
Old LVP is doing the whole press gamut in New York City to promote Vanderpump Villa that she's doing with Stassi. She went on Watch What Happens Live last night. Oh no. Sorry, she was on an episode of the Access Hollywood podcast. Even better.
I don't know how welcome she is in the NBC universe because she's part. So my big theory, which is not anything groundbreaking, but Hulu is trying to start their own version of like a Bravo sphere. They're trying to do like a Hulu verse. So they have Vanderpump Villa. They have Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 2 trailer just dropped, and they filmed a whole thing in Vanderpump Villa. Stassi is trying to get her fucking show.
Don't talk about it.
Literally, also kill me. The day that comes out, put me down.
All right.
But don't really.
I won't.
She's doing her stint, and I think Hulu's trying to come to snatch Bravo's wig, which I say, Bravo, you better step your fucking pussy up.
Yeah.
Take this as a challenge and do the right thing.
Challenge accepted.
That's what I need the Bravo execs to say.
Look at her. She looks like lady.
She looks like the Nutcracker
Yeah,
mother.
Mother, what's her name?
She has like children in her skirt.
Yeah, she has little children in her Yeah. So she went on, which I didn't know the Access Hollywood had a podcast.
Tom Schwartz is starting a podcast.
Good. Great. Good. Come on in. Let's all get on the wagon together.
Welcome to the biz.
Yes. Welcome to the biz.
Hey, never forget the first person who ever put you on the air.
You?
Never forget.
Schwartz?
I want to say it was the first podcast that many of them ever went on.
I would believe it.
I think Sheena.
Because no one else wanted to talk to them.
I know. No, I really think that
you were.
I was their first. I broke their podcast cherry. The world of we can get into it another time, but the world of podcasting, especially the world of their podcasting, has one person to thank / blame, and that's yours truly. And to those who are in pain, I say I'm sorry.
I'm just now I'm really fascinated by the Access Hollywood podcast. I'd like to know more. Would you like to know more? Yes. So she went on, this fucking wretch of a woman went on and said she questions the paternity of Doute's daughter with Luke.
This is where I say, fuck you, bitch.
She can't help but lob a dig off at Doute.
She can't let Doute live have one day of peace.
Let's hear it.
I think Kristen, I never talked to her, but
she's pregnant.
I
know that.
Yes.
How is like,
on earth did that happen?
I was surprised. It's just,
Why?
I don't know. I'm always surprised when someone gets pregnant.
Really?
It's a big deal. So
Who's the father? Do we know?
Yes,
We do.
yes. Her fiance.
He lives.
Oh, she's getting married?
Yes, and she's like
Lordy.
success on the Valley.
Okay, I'm really not very involved in the Valley, even though I'm one of the producers. I'm really not very involved.
Okay, so that wasn't really as questioning as I thought. They made it sound
but she was
as if she doesn't fucking know. She knows everything
rude.
She has a dossier on Doute.
No, it was a loaded. It came off like she plays her. She's a wordsmith, as we know, and she was shading.
She's getting a little cheeky.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, who?" And then she said, "You're surprised that she's pregnant," like that. I think she was being a little.
I mean, I think that it wasn't as bad as they made it seem, but
yeah, but she clearly hates Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
So much.
But I do think she's getting a daily Doute briefing from
of course, she has a dossier.
Yeah.
It's like it's like in the Oval Office every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Someone comes in with coffee and they give her a Doute dossier.
Mm-hmm.
But she also, whoever, the queen in the background being like, she's really successful and finding success on the Valley. She's actually really good. Like, I was like, that's me. I was like, I see you, bitch. You are one of us. I ride for you, riding for Doute, and I hear you. And I saw that. She was defending the queen.
You said we are aligned.
We are aligned?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
the
she's
Doute
pregnant.
army.
Oh, she's getting married.
Who's the father?
Yeah, she's getting married. Like she's having a bastard out of wedlock. Like that's what she was kind of saying. So I thought it was actually pretty.
Doute's giving birth to the literal second coming of Christ.
Yeah.
So you can sit your ass down.
You're Pandora and that
take a
Jason.
damn seat. You know what? How we talked on the bonus episode about like my fear of the prophecies of Rome falling in 2027. Right. I think Doute's daughter is going to have something to do with that.
Maybe.
I literally also in my brain, I was like, by 2027, she'll be like a teenager.
Or maybe the Pope will be resurrected through Doute's daughter and we'll have a female Pope. Popette.
A Popetress.
She had to just be like a little like, oh, I don't really pay attention to the Valley. I'm like, you are yes, you do.
Rude ass.
You watch it, you hate it, you know it's better than VPR. Although I did see a photo behind the scenes of the new VPR guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of hot.
Wait, pull them up, please.
Yeah. They're a little hot, I have to say.
The cast?
Yeah.
Has been revealed?
Revealed.
Oh my God.
That guy kind of looks like Elizabeth Hurley's son.
Mm-hmm. These faces are promising. I'll tell you that. They're giving me an internal roiling.
Black hair, blue eyes.
Icy gaze.
Icy gaze. Look at her. The blinding light of
these
Sir.
photos
Look at that. The lights
are scaring me in a way that makes me feel confident about. Oh.
See, I told you.
Heavily filtered.
Yeah, but like
he's like 55.
They all have blue eyes.
The blue gorgeous blue eyes. She's giving a.
She's-
I like this.
something's happening.
Whatever's happening, I like it.
Oh, I'm scared of her.
Lips.
She's giving Stassi a little. No.
I just can't imagine. I like this. Whatever she's doing.
These
I'm
headshots.
liking this.
This is like giving old
Their
school
energy is
actor
disgusting.
trying to be actors. Oh, trousers.
I like when your headshot
Is-
really highlights that one eye is bigger than the other. It's a makeup thing too.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
giving me like rock energy. They all look like diet, like worse versions of the original cast, which was a smart move. This queen,
with the ghoulish blue light. Look at him or them. They are serving.
I'd follow her anywhere she
Me
goes.
too. We need like a rocker gay.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving rocker too, or
Glamazon.
they're giving rocker.
This is
Okay.
like, oh my God. I pray
Leg spread.
that Israel is in the show.
Peter-
I feel strongly that he will be.
He needs a moment.
He needs a moment. He's been riding hard.
Peter's definitely going to be like, look at Peter. Hey.
I'm in.
I went like
I'm
this.
honestly, I'm in.
I went. I don't know. There's something
There's
unhinged.
something about
There's
them.
something.
There's something really gross about them that is the right kind of gross.
The girl with the icy gaze and the blinding light, that horrible afternoon light that like, the windows are so hot near Sir and Sir.
Everyone looks like
She went,
the worst kind of people that you would see like in Vegas when you're hungover.
they're not like influencers that you see like wearing like who look like Addison Rae.
Mm-hmm.
They're not, they're like a different kind of, they're like people who aren't
Well, it
aspiring
takes
to
a
something different.
It takes a specific kind of energy when you're aspiring to be on Vanderpump Rules or aspiring to work at Sir. When you think that that is like an achievement, it's and genuinely, which these people read to me like they genuinely believe that they're doing something incredible,
They are.
which is
True.
which is true, but not in the way that they think.
I-
It would be hard. It would be hard to find someone, I would think, but maybe it's not that hard.
Maybe let's try to give credit. Maybe they really like spent time vetting.
I am going to give everyone a little bit of grace today on your birthday and say this has potential.
Even Katie going cheap makes me think she knows that it has potential and she's trying to undermine.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they're cheap.
No, it seems cheap to me.
This seems very cheap to me.
Unfortunately.
I don't know any of these people. Who are they? They
Cheap.
can't come from my wig.
She'll
Really?
always be the sandwich queen of Robertson.
I'll always be the Queen of Robinson. Going back and forth, chasing Lisa down, trying to get her to rehire my boyfriend on the streets of Robinson.
Much to think about.
Is this real? Kim Kardashian is in talks.
This is like the news that is being pushed out right now, probably by her PR team, is that Warner Brothers is seriously eyeing her to be the starring role in the Bodyguard remake. They want to remake the Bodyguard, but like with just a celebrity, not like a singer, just like a celeb.
Maybe she'll get to like a cathartic immersion therapy of replaying her robbery.
Talk about cheap. That seems cheap to me.
What?
To like
This?
replay.
Well, I don't know if that's happening, but that would be interesting.
No, but I mean that is like that's like where she would pull from
Yeah.
or something. Like if I don't know what her acting style is. I haven't really engaged with any of her acting so much. I did watch an episode of like whatever American Horror
with
Story
Emma
thing.
Roberts.
Yeah,
She was honestly.
she wasn't bad.
She was doing something.
Yeah,
Which is more than
more
you
than
would
she's
think.
done in the past. She seems to have improved from the time that she was in like a Tyler Perry movie.
But I think she's very focused on being an actress. Like I think this is like her
This
new,
is her thing.
Like she's going to be in that new legal drama with
Mhm.
Ryan Murphy. Like I think she is fully like I am an actor.
No, she's an actor now.
Yeah. Much success to her
Mm-hmm.
on this reboot.
Good job.
Good
The film
job.
industry remains strong as ever.
Wait.
Great ideas percolating, and we love to see it.
This is really dark, but did you see the Kanye thing
What?
that he said he like admitted that he used to suck his cousin off?
Do you think that's true?
I
mean, I have a lot of
mean,
questions.
for-
Well, he also tweeted a list of betrayals, and his own daughter Stormy was on the list. He said-
Stormy?
Stormy.
That's his niece.
Oh well, she was a
Stormy?
betrayal. Yeah, Stormy.
That's Kylie's eldest.
Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Wait, I'm dying.
No, he said these are the betrayals.
Stormy's like, why am I in
Now,
it?
why am I in it? There were some other people that he said, but it was an interesting list. I said, tell me more.
He's such a bitch.
I know, but I also, when I saw the cousin thing, I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay. Like, as someone who was someone who sucked their cousin off for years, as someone who was in a therapeutic boarding school where people were really
you were
encouraged,
incepted.
people were encouraged to like admit sucking their cousins off in like a public.
Very swan,
For-
teal swan.
Yeah, so I've known some people who sucked their cousins off, and something kind of fell into place. But then I was like, is this cousin the cousin that stole his laptop with the sex tape on it that he rapped about on The Life of Pablo? Because he talked about this cousin and referenced him a lot. And I was like, God, I have a really sordid relationship. Many layers.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm honestly, it was refreshing. It was refreshing to see him not talking about being a Nazi for a second. And
Yeah,
then
to pivot to just like cousin sex was a fresh.
which is like the bar is through the earth.
The bar's in hell.
The bar is in hell with this man. So I was like, okay, at least he's like not wearing a hood and like throwing up swastikas. That's all. Like, but then I was but this is also really dark.
I'm scared of what comes next, because it's like you would think that being like a modern day, like proud KKK member would be the darkest that things could get. But then you go a little bit darker to like, my cousin and I sucked each other off. And I'm like, well, if you're like, I mean, there's many contexts of like cousin sex where it's like if maybe you were both kids and you were just confused.
It's common for someone to look at their like a distant cousin or something and be like, oh,
or if
they're
you're
hot.
just both like kid, like things
Okay,
happen.
We don't have to go into
We don't have to break down the levels,
Right.
but I'm like, there's an area where it's like, yeah, that's shamey, but things happen, or it's like molestation, which is a darker.
Well, who knows?
Who knows what?
Which was doing? If that is the case, like, was he doing it to him? Was the cousin?
But then
doing it
I'm
to
like,
him?
when
You know?
you start taking things darker than like proud public facing KKK into like you're delving into, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to get darker than
No,
that.
I don't want to. But
because
it's also
really, it's only like the next layers are like pets and
Well,
kids, and I don't want it to go there.
to me, rock bottom should be naming your 4-year-old niece as an enemy. I think that's very Doty being like, if this isn't your rock bottom now, then I don't know what is. Like,
Kanye and Jack
aside
are
from his-
similar in some ways.
aside from his like atrocious anti-Semitism and, you know, hatred of everyone who's not him, that to me is like, that's bad. Stormy. Kylie's like,
Let's pull up his betrayal tweet.
like, what could she have done to him?
The betrayal.
This is a manifesto. Jason Derulo? What did he do? Jason Derulo betrayed me by being in Cats. Okay, Virgil, who's passed, like, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
John Legend, Kim, Travis Scott, Cardi, Big Sean, Jay-Z, Tide. I mean, we knew about a lot of these.
This is an older one, I think, though.
And of course,
I think he did an updated list, I wanted to say.
fuck.
I just saw it on Instagram.
He is such a...
It's important to keep your updated list of betrayals going at all time.
Stormy.
And Stormy was on the list, but maybe it was like a meme or something. But I wouldn't put it past him to say that Stormy betrayed him.
It's pretty bad. That'd be like me being like, Tibby,
Mm-hmm.
you're my enemy.
Air out
Air
the
it
kid.
out.
Take a kid to task. You know what?
Being an uncle is
If
hard.
you've been betrayed by a child, now's the time to just air that bitch out.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck to him.
Jackson
Jax and
have
Kanye are similar.
vibes.
I think that much like Jax, Kanye has yet to reach rock bottom,
I don't want to know what. And
I know,
much like
but-
Jax, we don't want to know what that rock bottom is.
and it has implications.
It has international implications.
But we're not here to talk about Kanye's list of betrayals.
We're here to talk about my birthday.
We're here to talk about Carey's birthday.
I'm Carey,
I'm Lara.
and you're listening to Sexy, Unique Podcast, Valley of the Dolls, Season 2, Episode 2. It was a good one. It was a doozy. It was a real fourth wall breaking, earth shattering, never seen it before club. Another club, plane.
They keep me excited on this show. They inspire me. I take pages and pages of notes. I'm so locked in and it feels good.
VPR really needs to get on their level. These old people are showing the kids who's boss,
Mhm.
and if they're gonna do anything like what the Valley's doing, they're gonna have to begin the episode with like a murder suicide at Sir.
Never say never. I also like imagining the executive producers just creating a pipeline. Like once the Valley has become kind of played, you have to
Santa
create
Clarita.
a new, a new
Valencia.
destination. And then once that's played, a new destination, eventually you have the nursing home.
The Grapevine.
Yeah, so then you can go from Vanderpump Rules, and if you play your cards right, just keep going down the
Oh.
line of shows until I want to watch these people die, not
Well,
in a sad
no,
way.
I mean,
I
we're-
want to see them take their last breath on television.
No, we'll watch like the Kardashians age into like death.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
I think that's
And then-
a future I feel excited about.
and then we'll watch them. There will be an option to watch them in the earth, just like
Live
Yeah.
decay cam.
yeah,
That is like even the next one after the nursing home.
it's all
Rock
real.
cam.
Rock cam, rock.
Rock cam is not on TV. It's more just like a YouTube
It's like a C-SPAN
channel. Yeah.
where there's like a channel
It's
devoted.
just like a channel. Yeah. The slow decay of a corpse.
That's assuming we even have a future.
Hmm.
I said, so we get a little like, where's everyone after the carousel party?
Yeah, I like,
Why do I sound like Holly Hunter?
I don't know. But I liked just like in the refresh where Brittany is reliving her horrific altercation with Jax to Michelle. She goes, I sent like a sexy video and Jax saw it on my iPad.
On my iPad.
But yeah, we're so fucking back in Encino.
Oof.
Danny is still talking about fucking Santa Clarita.
So they did move there. I know this.
Mhm.
It's been confirmed that they have moved to Santa Clarita. So the Santa Clarita horror has begun. Congratulations to them. And to Nia, I say I'm praying for you.
You're in my prayers,
You're in
but
my
you've also
fucking
we've
prayers.
lost you.
We've lost her.
Yeah. And this is your future. And I hope it was worth it.
We see Jesse in his like house with his he was always wearing flip flops, and he's doing voice to text, and he's going, to Michelle, he's going, could I maybe FaceTime with Isabella, period. And then we cut to Michelle in the car.
Isabella's so cute.
Adorable.
Really cute. We go to Random Jenny and Jason's house.
They're making casserole.
Slop.
Yeah.
I was like, is this hot dogs and pasta together? Like, I didn't know what it was they were cooking up, but I didn't like it.
Jasmine was suspicious, rightfully so.
Yeah. Brittany's like, oh my God, what happened last night? Last night was crazy.
Last night was so crazy, that rooftop.
She goes, I was around a bunch of tall people, couldn't see you guys. I was like, what are they doing? Are they arguing?
How tall is Brittany?
I don't know.
What if I feel like if she walked in here, she'd be like,
4
you
foot.
saw her.
Joe, no, I do know how tall she is, actually.
How tall?
She's not short. She's like Brittany, probably 5'5", 5'6".
I just imagine her
Maybe
coming
5'7".
in. Oh!
She's like,
I was walking around a bunch of tall people, and I was like, where are they?
I just wish you would have kept partying with us.
Taking shots.
Janet, I guess, ran away crying after her confrontation with Doute,
Wait,
which is really just Janet's fault.
yeah, that's true.
Janet needs to get the fuck over it. Move on.
Over with Zack.
With the whole Zack thing being like thinking that people wanted her pregnancy to fail.
That's
Literally not. That's true in some universes, but not in your universe. With these people, I don't believe that they wanted that. And I think that it was just a flippant remark. And like, if you actually believe that these people wanted that, you should go get 5150 again.
Again. Jasmine goes, well, I saw you unblocked Zack on Instagram, so that's progress. So I'm like, she can't be that upset.
That Brittany unblocks Zack?
No, that Janet.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Janet needs to play ball. These are her coworkers.
They're her coworkers.
They're her coworkers, and she needs to be professional.
You're in the army now.
We cut to Jax and Brittany's house of horrors, and Doute has come over.
Tough love
Time with Jax, Gibson in tow.
She comes over to like break things down for Jax. I was literally like, there needs to be, I would watch a show where Doute goes and like extracts deep addicts who are like living in a flop house or like truly MIA, like living in squalor, just doing drugs, extract them from their own house of horrors and drag their ass to rehab.
Janet.
But the whole time, Doute doesn't have to get sober.
No.
She's an interventionist that she will have like a Stanley cup full of wine and she'll fucking go with a cig, go in there, you know, tase the people that are with the addict, the enablers, and then drag them out.
Well, you know what was
rock and roll
amazing about intervention is I think that some of the interventionists also relapsed at times. And Doute has definite Jeff Van Vonderen energy.
Is he one of the interventionists?
Yeah, he was like a key interventionist.
I think a lot of people that work in recovery are former addicts.
Yeah.
Or like addicts in recovery.
No, I know.
But I don't want Doute to ever get sober.
No, she doesn't have to get sober. She's actually better if she's drunk.
I want her to
She's one of the few people that it's like, you should just keep drinking.
I want her to bust the door down and just like harpoon someone through the head and get them out of the way and then get a lasso, wrangle the person up in a net and then drag them out and drag them on the back of her like monster truck.
You're going to fucking rehab.
You're going to fucking rehab. This is an extraction. This isn't an intervention. This is an extraction.
But also their sexual chemistry and tension. Like I didn't get sexual chemistry. Well, I think it was just like the knowledge of Jax and Kristen having
fucked
demonic drive sex.
No, I did think about that when she walked in.
I thought about that when she walked in. He was like, you look like it's hot outside. And she's like, it's like 1,000,000 fucking degrees. And I was just like, I had a flash of them like fucking.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I think Doute wants to fuck Brittany.
No, yeah, she definitely does.
But I also, I didn't read the sexual tension. I think Doute is literally like.
But her sex with Jack, I guess her sex with Jack has left a lasting impression on me. Much like an acid flashback, it came back.
I hear that.
Raging back in that moment.
I honor the flashback. And
Thank you.
And it haunts me. I did feel like a slight chill down my spine, but it was like, Doute's all business. She walks in. I swear the hat she's wearing, it says like good guys. I was like, is she wearing a Cheesecake Factory hat? Which would have been so cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I need a Cheesecake Factory.
You might need a Cheesecake Factory.
She walks in ready to fucking go.
She goes, get in here. Let's go to the kitchen. We got to fucking talk. What? You're like, literally, this is your rock bottom. How can you not be at rock bottom right now? She's like, you're not allowed. Jax is not allowed to be alone around crews.
Well, also when they sit down at the kitchen island, Jax goes, that chair, I threw that chair. And Doute goes, I know. I saw the photos.
Also,
I saw the bruise.
I saw it. This house is the same exact house that Ariana and Tom had and Katie and Schwartz had.
I know.
And God, remember the golden ages when they all just bought the exact same house.
But somehow it felt like Sandoval and Ariana's was the biggest one.
I think they just like decorated it in a more palatable way.
But I remember, didn't we decide that the Couchy house, despite everything, is like strangely the most tasteful of all of these Mendocino houses.
We kind of did, but then the vibes, change, and now the Couchy household is truly cursed in such a way.
The Couchy art everywhere, Couchy homestead, Couchy house, established 2019. I was like, ugh! I went, ugh!
It's a real Etsy explosion in there.
Doute's like, yeah, I'm aware. I saw the fucking chair.
She goes, look, your feelings are valid. Whatever you're feeling, it's valid. But you can't let it overtake you and react that way. She goes, don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to be like happy? And Jax goes, I would kill to be happy.
Don't say that.
I said, I bet he would. I bet he would and I bet he will.
Yeah.
She goes, it's affecting Brittany so badly. And Jax goes, what about me?
Of course. What about me?
And then...
Oh my God. Doute's like, Jax, you... He's like, I've heard you, I've witnessed you say horrific things to Brittany throughout your entire relationship. You've called her fat. You called your wife fat when she was pregnant. And he goes, I never called her fat. And she goes, Jax, I've seen the text. I've heard you say it. He goes, I love women that look like her. I love women her size. I was like,
stop. You're under arrest.
Rotten hell.
You are under arrest, sir. Only...
Calling your wife fat while she's pregnant is like you're again,
a monster.
Talk about harpooning. Harpooned.
Okay, so I watched the after show today while I was getting ready to drive over here. And it's like a rich text in and of itself. The first episode is 36 minutes.
Damn, I need to invest.
I know, it's
You're only
actually
getting half the story.
It's really good. But they talk for an extended period of time about how it is in fact true that Jax called Brittany fat. He was always calling her fat. Everyone heard it, bore witness to it, saw text messages, but Jax maintains that he has never once ever in his entire life called her fat. And literally one by one, every person is like, yeah, I was there. I heard it happen. And I'm like,
but no one said anything?
I don't have any friends whose partner is calling them fat. And if I ever heard a friend's partner call my friend fat, I would be like, you're done. Like, you're done with this relationship. You cannot be with them. This ends now.
An insult like just like putting someone down like that in front, like that's, I mean, I would almost be like, I would call them out myself. If they did it in front of me, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing about this group is like they all know all this shit and they've just sort of let it.
But I'm also like,
yeah, I've witnessed. It's like,
why are you then when they say things like Nia and Kristen saying like we encourage them to like work it out? I'm sorry, like,
no, that's
for what?
You're done.
You
done.
literally have listened to this man like berate her for years and years and like abuse her and be abusive towards her. And you're like, you can work it out.
But not only that, like Doute as on a friend level, like Jax has been abusive to her, like verbally and like she's been treated like a dog by this group for more than a decade. I try to give her some grace with her questionable
Doute's
advice.
on her own planet.
But she does make a good point here. She's like, you can't see your son right now. How is that not the end? Like, how is that not you waking up? You can't be alone in the room because she's worried about your anger with your child. Like, how is that not the end of the line for you?
Doute's a sage.
Sometimes
She's
a broken clock.
Sage.
What is that saying?
A broken clock. A broken Doute is right twice a day.
Yeah.
A broken gypsy is right twice a day.
You'll see your Doute. He was like, want to watch
in
Drive?
The rock bottom.
He probably tried to fuck her after.
Probably.
He's like, hey, want to watch Drive? And she was like, no.
No.
She went,
not now.
not now. I mean, that is so dark that you can't be alone with your own child.
I don't understand how rock bottom for you is not right now. I said,
You don't understand.
Mamacita.
Who are you talking to?
He hasn't even skimmed the surface. We ain't seen nothing yet. Vroom, vroom. I was like, This is just the
And
beginning.
Lara goes, vroom, vroom. It's a feminine on and off. It's a feminine on and off.
I go, vroom, vroom. Bitches know they can't catch me.
Oh, yeah. What was
Cute,
that?
Sexy, and my ride sport date. It's Charlie. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that era.
Jax is vroom vrooming towards a hell we've never seen, but we'll stand by. And it is important, I think, from like just an anthropological perspective to keep Jax Taylor on television. Like,
It's a safety. It's also a safe. I think if there are cameras around, he can't.
he will never not lie to a camera, but like it's important that he be like studied and documented. And I would not normally, let me think, maybe I would normally just want a piece of total shit to be on TV and get like paid to be horrible. I don't know. We're in America. That's just the name of the game.
It is.
I don't want him off my TV.
No.
I need him, and it actually like it's an important like scientific.
But I think it's also like safety. Brittany's safest when there are witnesses and cameras around. So I think like they need to stay on
Mm-hmm.
at all times.
We see Brittany's rental house in Sherman Oaks.
Wait, there's like a heat wave and he brings over Chinese food to eat and they go outside in the hot yard and eat Chinese food together while their feet are in the pool. I was just like,
A hot plate of like kung pao chicken and fried rice.
I love Kung Pao,
Same,
but I was like,
but that's more of like a Q3. That's more of a Q4 to Q1, Q2 kind of food.
that's also like you eat at night, at dinner.
It's a dinner time.
Cruz is adorable.
He's so cute. I like actually can't deal.
He's really, really sweet.
He's a sweetie boy.
He loves his mom, does not like his dad. You can tell. Sorry.
Oh, he hates his dad. The body language. Jax is like texting Brittany nonstop, and he goes, "All I ask is that you check on me, show me that you care." I'm
He's-
like, you literally threw a coffee table at this woman, and she's trying to divorce you, and he's just so manipulative. It's crazy. And when she starts to outline like the layers of abuse that she suffered at the hands of this person, I mean, she's just been through. She has to basically be like deprogrammed.
Do you think he's ever used his dad's passing against her?
Totally. That's
Like-
the reason they got back together.
But like even in like recent, I bet he still
Once
lobs,
a day.
Like, he's like, my dad died.
Once a day, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He even brought it up, like he brings it up regularly.
She maintains that he's just will never get over that she sent titty pics to anyone other than
Julian.
him, but
Yeah.
specifically a friend.
No, Jax will rake her over the coals for anything. She's literally his pinata,
Yeah.
but in human form.
Yeah.
She said he called her, she has stretch marks since she being pregnant with Cruz, and he called her a tree trunk. Like he's like an evil man.
He's disgusting.
He's a horrible person.
He's also balding.
She
Sorry.
deserves to shoot out a kneecap.
Yeah, like Last
She
of Us
deserves
style.
to do like a Caitlyn Dever, not finish she can't finish the job, but I would
Mess him
allow
up for a
her,
while.
I would allow her 3 really good hits with a golf club.
Okay, Jax is gross and has bunions, so fuck him.
He also has like a melted dick,
Yeah, he's disgusting. He's a
He's
piece
no
of
prize
shit.
hog.
He's no prize.
but that's the reason why.
Yeah, a men like that.
No one hates Jax more than Jax hates Jax.
True.
Know that. Brittany says, he's parading around girls that shake their tits for money.
Which,
Where it's like, okay,
yeah, we don't need to go there.
yeah, let's.
they
come on.
they can do that if they want.
Then Zack goes, Janet, you know who's just as manipulative as Jax? Janet. Which I was like, I don't think that that's true.
I know.
I don't think that Janet and Jax have many similarities between them, but I love that Zack thinks that they do.
He starts crying because he's like, Janet, I feel like has put a wedge between our friendship. And he starts crying. Brittany goes, oh, she goes, are you crying? Brittany, love her. But like, she definitely, on camera, it appears that like she doesn't probably ask Zack a lot of questions about his life.
Yeah, it's probably all about Brittany.
And like has been since college.
But I mean,
You got a boyfriend?
I think Brittany is probably constantly in crisis
No, I
mode
know.
because I'm not excusing her behavior, but I'm just thinking of like what it would be like to be friends with her and what it would mean to be like her gay.
I just think like being her gay, like
Being her gay is to hear about the
Jack bunions.
demonic
Paul
sex
Bunyan.
that they're having, to hear about Jax's bunions, to hear about the foot job positions that you discovered, created, to hear about waking up to seeing like Jax like jerking off over your feet. I'm just imagining.
Oh my God.
I'm just imagining. And then to hear about all the horrific things that Jax tells you on a day-to-day basis and to have to be like, girl, I hate him. And her
Yeah.
going, I know. And then going back to him.
But when he starts talking about his own relationship with this guy Benji, who I didn't know that he had a boyfriend.
I think it's new.
Benji's Canadian, so he got deported, which
Or he could get
he
deported.
could get deported. But I was like, God, that must be stressful right now.
And he's married legally.
Messy.
And so,
But Zack acknowledges that he's mess.
yeah, they broke up and Zack is sad.
And Brittany goes, "Oh, that must make you sad. I reckon that must make you pretty sad.
Are you sad about that?
Are you sad about that with your boyfriend or partner? What am I supposed to call him?
Have you tried to make it take shots?
Why don't you try? You know what? Why don't you two take some shots? Why don't you just come over here and take some shots? I'll take a shot. I'll take a water shot because I
Just-
can't take shots anymore.
Have you tried praying on it?
Have you tried praying on it?
Have you tried being straight?
Why don't you try dating a girl for a while? See how that works out. Might be less complicated.
Have you tried accepting that homosexuality is a sin?
She goes, why don't you come on down and talk to my pastor? He's a really good guy. He could maybe talk to you about something, straighten you out in more than one way. And Zach's
Set you on the straight and narrow.
and Zach goes,
He goes, I'll stick to Benji. Thanks so much.
Benji's cute.
Benji's a cutie. Michelle goes to Jesse's house.
Oh my God. When she walks in, their body language, they could not hate each other more. Jessie sits at the chair with her arms like does not want to be even like grazing him. I'm dead. He comes to like work out a new custody schedule for Isabella.
Level of straight hell makes me cry.
Mhm.
Don't make me cry.
Done.
They are trying to work things out with like a mediator instead of going full like litigious vibes. And Jesse brings up Isabella's schedule and then they start fighting. And basically, Michelle's narrative is that in the marriage, she was doing everything. She and Jesse like was just kind of like
Flop dad,
a non-entity. And so now when they're divorced, she often finds herself like dropping Isabella with a nanny and Jesse's like kind of absent. And then Jesse claims that that's actually true about her and never has been true about him, which I'm like, okay.
he starts crying at one point and
He goes, I just loved this specific moment where he goes, you can say whatever you want about my parenting. That's okay. It's just a reflection of how you are as a person. And I was like, my brother in Christ, that doesn't even make sense.
I know. He also starts crying at one point, and you just see Michelle, her tone, she doesn't even falter. Like, she doesn't even flinch. And she goes, that's not real. She goes, you're not, she goes, you're crying now to make me look cold and you look like the sensitive one, but it's not working. I was like, she's got him to the T.
Has his number.
Mhm.
And I love that he doesn't understand that.
To this day, she goes, you love to cry.
Mm-hmm.
I
She
was
goes,
like-
when the cameras are on, you love to cry. I
She gags
always
him.
think about
Every scene they're in together, she
goops him.
fucking skull fucks him.
I'm constantly recalling the trip to Big Bear for Janet's baby moon, where Jesse and the boys were lamenting their dad's struggles. And Jesse goes, they never do.
But the women, they never listen.
They never do.
On that weird, like, island in the lake. Remember?
Mhm.
They were just crying, all drunk. She hates him so much, and it's so satisfying to watch.
Then Michelle continues the goopage and the gaggage, and she goes, you're dating a woman who lives in Orange County who has been telling everyone, including mutual friends of ours, that she's actively sleeping with other people. Because Jesse keeps saying, like, Michelle cheated.
And he goes, she is not. She goes, you're just making that up. Like, what mutual friends? And she goes, Sheena.
And he goes, get Sheena on the phone. Let's call Sheena right now. Let's ask her.
She goes, all right.
She's okay.
And of course, I had to rewind. I rewound it because I was like, did they just say my queen?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, did they just say Shishu? I was like, of course.
I like that Sheena played a very important role in this episode, but was not shown.
Mm-hmm.
Sheena, I imagine, has been waiting by the phone for this call since Vanderpump Rules season 11 stopped filming.
No, it's like when someone's been held for ransom and like the call comes in and like they have to like get everything like the police have to get the whole thing recording and they're like, go. Hello. Was she telling him out of concern for him or just to like break him?
So on the after show, Brock said that Sheena knows everything about everyone.
No. Was Michelle relaying this gossip to him to like make him squirm, or was she like genuinely like, why are you dating this piece of shit?
No, it's a squirm.
I love it.
It's revenge.
Yeah.
She plays like a total stone-faced. The way that she games is incredible.
She should teach a class.
She's impeccable.
Learning annex.
Call her. Let's call Sheena.
Call her.
Hello, this is Sheena. And they
Hello?
go,
He goes, hey, Sheena, it's Jesse.
you go, say, Sheena, you okay to talk? And she goes, yeah, for sure.
Where's she calling from? The marina? Do they live there anymore?
I don't know where they live. Jesse sold her
Where they
and
live,
Brock their
yeah.
house.
Making that money.
Life's good.
Life's good for old
For Shenanigans, the
Old-
podcast of the century.
for old bat.
For the bat, masked bat.
Yeah, for sure.
Sheena's been okay to talk for months. He goes, Sheena, is it true that the person I'm dating told you that she was sleeping with other guys? She said, is that true? And Sheena goes, correct, verbatim. He goes, who, pray tell, could she be sleeping with? And Sheena goes, that guy from Baywatch.
And you see Michelle's face go from, she goes like this. She gives a smirk as soon as she says the guy from Baywatch. And then when Jesse turns, she drops her face again. I was like, this bitch
She's incredible.
She is a
She's
hero.
that's what it means to be a strong woman in this world.
Just this.
Is to have Sheena on speed dial to confirm the rumors and the nastiness.
She gave the Grinch face when he gets the idea. She's just like,
I need to rewind
the
and
guy
watch
from Baywatch. Who?
I don't know.
David Hasselhoff.
What? If only.
Zac Efron?
What Baywatch?
Yeah, which Baywatch? Is there a new Baywatch that we don't know about?
Wasn't there a remake?
Yeah, with Zac Efron.
But was there a show?
I don't think so.
The guy from Baywatch.
That's fucking random as hell.
It's random.
He would live in Orange County.
Yeah.
He'd be like, he probably like sells real estate.
Michelle is skilled in the art of war.
100%.
When all else fails, one must call Sheena.
Then we go back to the Couchy, farm home. Hinterkaifeck. And Danny and fucking random ass Jason arrive to, I guess, intervene. It's giving like Ben Affleck, except their relationship was Jen still drove him to rehab, Jen Gardner. So like Brittany would never, which is good.
But like in terms of what an intervention is, and as like a fan
As
of
an
the
interventionist
show,
myself.
and as I could be like an incredible interventionist. I would be.
Mm-hmm.
I know my skills
Yeah.
and I know where I shine, and it would be in an intervention environment.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like this was a letdown in terms of like what I expect out of an intervention.
I'm going to say the whole thing was a little.
It was slightly boring.
I was like, what is this? Get these. I don't want to see Danny and like, are they just coming from church?
I thought Jason was just like cast on the show. I didn't think that he had any sort of personal relationship with Jax. He's too random.
They're like really close.
Yeah.
They're like best friends.
They're like,
It might be the
in
only
case of
friend he has in the
emergency, you
world.
call. But that actually, sometimes the most random people
Make
are the
most
best.
reliable.
Yeah. Jax is exhibiting serious cokehead behavior by wearing double Jax's Studio City merch, a hat and a sweatshirt. I was like, this guy's blown out of his mind. Jax goes, I'm going to be honest, this feels like an intervention. And I'm a huge fan of that show. I just never thought I would be on it.
He loves it. He loves the attention. He's so this is Jax's favorite fucking thing, that everyone's coming to rescue him. They're actually giving exactly, in a way, they should gray rock him and leave him.
But you have to get him going so that you can study him.
No, I know, but if this were to actually be like not just for TV, like this kind of personality thrives on people like coming over for concern.
Well, what's funny is Jax is not being real about why he's actually going, where he's going, and why he's going there. He goes, yeah, guys, the truth is I'm going to a mental hospital. He goes, and I'm waiting for the mental assessment guy to call me back to find out.
And then the guy calls. And he goes, mental institution's calling. He goes, guys, you got to leave.
Jax, it shows that he's like FaceTimed his sister, who's like Seoul, Michigan, and he's like, should I go to the mental hospital? And she's like, yes, life goes on.
He goes, should I stay the full 30 days there? She goes, absolutely.
And then Danny goes, we all know you're a great dad. We know you're a great human. And Jax goes,
he's like, this is how I know this is fake. This is how I know this is an intervention, because no one would ever say that.
So the insane asylum coordinator, the mental institution coordinator.
It's a producer upstairs quietly speaking in a closet.
No, I think they just ADR'd this entire conversation. I think that probably the person on the other end did not sign, was like, I don't want to be recorded and filmed for a show. I work at a rehab. I don't want to do it. So I feel like they just ADR'd the conversation after the fact. Jax goes, oh, I got to take this call. Sorry, can you leave? You guys got to leave now because I got to take the call from the mental hospital.
It's so fake. What if it was Jax calling himself?
It probably was.
Yeah.
The ChatGPT voice on the other end. Basically, Jax is told that 30 days in rehab costs $30K. And if he leaves early, he doesn't get a refund. Which, why would you ever think? Oh, I guess he thinks
well,
Jax is thinking if I go for 15 days, do you just refund me $15K?
He goes, I don't know, man. I got things to do. I can't be there for do I really need to be the third? And he's like, we recommend the full 30 days. So it's $1,000 a day. And then he's like, you would unfortunately not get a refund, which is Jax is the kind of person that would
Jax is bartering.
Yeah.
Jax loves nothing more than to wheel and deal with the rehab coordinators. The fake voice goes, okay, man, just try it, brother. See what you can get out of it. 30 days is better than 2 15-day stays.
What?
But does Jax think this is a hotel?
Yeah.
He's like,
I can just leave.
What if I just go for 15 days, take a break, and then later this year I come back for another 15 days?
Yeah, I do part 1 and part 2. It's like a Harry Potter movie being split into 2 movies. It's next fall I'll come back.
But that's also how I know rock bottom has not been reached.
No. If you are still when you are at complete rock bottom, when you were given the option to go to rehab, and you accept it, you're
you go get me out of here.
Get me out, yeah.
You don't really ask that many questions.
No.
You're just take me now. Jesus, take me now.
Out. Let me do a bump before I go on the plane.
Yeah.
One last key bump.
Jax's are, I can tell the way his brain works is oh, I have to be, he's doing mental math that's I don't ever have to be sober if I call this the mental institution. And so then in the back of his mind, he's oh, 30 days is a long time to be sober. So maybe I can go 15 days and then just do whatever and then go 15 days again. He's again, rock bottom not reached. Brittany meets Michelle and Janet at an outdoor eatery. Brittany goes, can I get a Tito's extra dirty martini?
Well, they bring over margaritas for Janet and Michelle, and when they bring the drinks, you hear just Brittany off screen going, "God, I wish I could have tequila." She can't
Because of GERD.
GERD. She can't have a marg. She goes, "I wish I could have a margarita."
But she's found a GERD workaround.
I mean,
a GERD around.
Martini will get you there.
Yeah, I feel
Gin.
like
Gin.
she is extra dirty.
Tito's.
She's a pickly.
God, I wish I could have a margarita with you girls. Because I can't because my GERD. I want to take shots. Let me take some shots. Let's have some shots.
In the dead heat of a Valley summer afternoon, a Tito's extra dirty martini is not the thing that like quenches my thirst and gets me feeling like summer flirty and fabulous.
Also, when that giant bus drove behind Brittany, I was just like, "Bleh." All the gasoline smells, drinking a Tito's dirty extra dry martini. I want to take some shots. Let's take some shots. Let's just do real fast.
One shot.
One shot won't get me GERD.
I really like can't stress enough. Also, just like outdoor LA dining is
Not a thing.
Is
I'm
gross.
sorry. It's not like New York. It's not like al fresco. It's not like
No.
you're not like at like a charming cafe and like
You're
the Lower
literally
East
like
Side.
exhaust fumes
Yeah.
like in your face and like road dirt.
And like the whir of helicopters and like screeching and like those cars that drive by and they sound like a gunshot's going off. Like
Mhm.
literally, that's literally LA. It's police helicopters,
A really loud motorcycle,
really buses,
buses just stopping, and
horns.
exhaust fumes in your face. Like it's not like your sandwich is like covered in dirt.
Yeah, it's not like when people, you don't come to LA, even though it is such nice weather, like to eat outside is like,
It's
Enter-
not gonna do it for you. It
enter
has
at your
to be
own
really
risk.
like it has to be very in like the back area.
Mhm.
Brittany sent a bunch of Amazon packages to her and Jax's house by accident. And when she went in to get her boxes, she was confronted by a dark truth. There was a thong on the counter with a baby wipe.
Ew. And they were like, ew.
She goes, "Why was a baby wipe on there?" And
And-
Janet's like, "Because whoever Jax fucked wiped their pussy." And Brittany goes, "Ow!" She goes,
Ew.
"I thought it was a COVID mask." They disputed the thong like origins on the after show, and Jax maintained that earlier that night he and Schwartz were doing one of their bar crawls that they like that side hustle business they were doing where you like paid $400 to like go bar hop with
Their
them.
grift.
Yeah, and he said that a girl threw a thong at him.
Okay.
And then Schwartz was like, "I don't know if that happened." And then Jax was like, "Oh yeah, she just like passed it to me secretly."
Okay.
And
Hear
then
me out.
but then Doty said, "Luke was there watching every second of that bar crawl." And he said that never happened.
Okay. Hear me out though, to play weirdly. The one time I would ever believe Jax is telling the truth, somehow I'm like, I know I must sound naive, but like for some reason my truth tingles are coming and I'm like, this might be real. This might be the only true thing Jax has ever said in his whole life.
True, because it was like a white thong, which it didn't look like a sexy.
No.
As a thong wearer, I'm like, thong wearers don't choose that kind of thong.
No, and like he's clearly like, as we see later, bringing his ladies through freely. So like for some reason, I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just I'm entertaining the thought because it's funny to imagine him like only telling the truth about this.
The
Made
one
me
thing
laugh.
that's true that no one will ever believe. Michelle says that Jesse's girlfriend constantly
Get her on the show.
We need OC on the show. Stat.
We need Victoria.
I know. I don't know if we'll get her, but Jesse's girlfriend is constantly threatening Michelle via text message, saying she's going to sue her. And then she is also sends everyone texts that's on the cast of The Valley. This random woman in OC is constantly threatening them, saying that she's going to send them all cease and desists.
I beg, get her on the show.
We need her.
We need her. I needed a crazy OC woman.
And I need to see Jesse in like a relationship with someone where he's desperately trying to prove how over Michelle he is, yet only proves how under her he still is.
Michelle starts crying. because she's so stressed.
She's in hell.
And Brittany goes, "Oh, I didn't realize you were about to cry. Are you crying?
Are you crying?"
Oh my God. It was weird seeing Michelle cries so rarely.
Yeah, but I believe that
She's a
she
sensitive
faces
soul.
hell every day.
She does.
Imagine waking up and some random bitch in OC is your like ex-husband you're trying to divorce, who drives you up the wall every day, who you literally hate. His girlfriend is in Orange County saying, "I'm gonna sue you." You're
They've
like,
been dating for like a month. Isabella has told Michelle like Daddy had a sleepover, right?
I think.
He's definitely like exposing her. Like I think Michelle seemed very careful to bring around, what's her name? His name Aaron. Her hot boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like a part of Isabella's life, but
Yeah.
I think she waited. I think Jesse's like bringing her in. I'm like, that is dark.
Horrible.
The games, funny games.
Janet's like, "I want to go to Dave and Buster's for my birthday."
you're so funny.
It was like, kill me.
Kill me.
Zack is home in WeHo, and we get a glimpse into
Pride.
gay hell. A pride flag display.
Oh.
You liked the pride flag?
Whenever I see like a very cheesy gay, like, or like a lesbian who's like kind of like a real, like,
Who has every flag.
who has like, when they do like a TikTok and you see like a pride, for some reason I'm always like tickled by it because it's just
sweet.
It's like, it means a lot to them.
It's sweet, but really ugly.
It's hideous.
Yeah. It does not do anything for your decor, but like, that's sweet.
But now I'm like, especially in this time, I'm like, where the fly those flags.
A tiny display. It's
I
like
want-
the UN.
Do you think Brit is gonna have like a pride flag out front?
Brits is not happening. Wait, did you not know?
No.
Oh, girl. We posted a bunch of TikTok Insta things about Brits. And then in the comments, I found out that Brits is not happening. And I Googled it and it's true. Lance Bass and the owners of Rocco's sold Rocco's and they didn't include Brits in the deal. So Brits is dead on arrival.
What about Jax?
I don't know.
Oh my God, you know what I just got a craving for?
What?
Deep fried olives. I think because I'm thinking martinis and I'm thinking of Brits, she would have like breaded olive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Blue
That sound
cheese.
good. Maybe I'll get it tonight.
Get it. At the Mexican restaurant?
Or if we go
Order
out
off
after.
menu.
Or if we go out after.
Mm-hmm. Zach also has a Monster Energy fridge.
It's dire. But
He-
this is a reality that many people need to see that
Not all gays are chic. It's really difficult when you see an unchic gay. I would love to have a show, much like Doute the Extractor. I would love to extract unchic gays from their unchic surroundings.
isn't that just Queer Eye?
But that has like heart to it. I'm not looking to like for a feel
You're doing
good.
like, you want like a
I'm not doing like a feel good cry show. Tabitha's salon takeover. I'm
What's
doing
going
like a
on here?
Gordon Ramsay like tough love.
What's going on here?
Hell's Kitchen.
I'm taking over. This is a pigsty.
It's a big sty. You have a Monster Energy fridge.
That has to go.
That's got to go.
That's
Pride
true.
is lovely, but ugly in the house. I go trash
Outside
it.
only.
Trash it. I would love to do an extreme gay makeover with
Mhm.
Zack. Many fridge choices take place on the Valley. What's that about?
It makes me just realize the fridge I have is not that bad.
It's given me a lot of fridge acceptance too.
VPR also, like, it's made me really, it's reaffirmed that, like, okay,
It fills me with gratitude.
I'm more in control of my life than I think.
We're really accomplished.
We are.
And like, I may have kind of a gross fridge that's not my favorite fridge.
Mhm.
And if I wanted to replace it, I would have to foot the cost because I'm a renter. But at the end of the day, that fridge is an appropriate fridge and it is squarely in my kitchen where it belongs and not in my
Disembodied.
living room next to
Detached.
my couch and not a Monster Energy fridge.
You've got a detached Monster Energy drink fridge.
What's that about?
What's that about?
Don't even tell me. Trash it.
I suddenly just became Irish. What's that about?
Zach FaceTimes Benji
Oh,
and
is
they
Benji in Canada?
Hey, He is in Canada sometimes because he has to get divorced.
Yeah.
And he has to
one
get his like visa shit figured out, but he comes to visit. Zack says what he loves about Benji. When asked, he goes, "What do you love about Benji?" Zack goes, "He listens to me."
That's important.
Yeah.
Benji has kind of opened Zach's world to like being active and like going outside and like taking advantage of LA's geography and, you know, the climate. And so Zack was like always like an indoor cat. And Benji might be chic. And I think he's trying to, or chicer than Zack.
I haven't seen any evidence of this, but
he wears
I will give him.
flip-flops inside Zach's house because he knows the floor is gross. So I'm like, okay, the man has sense.
Okay. We can only pray.
He needs to wet Swiffer.
Swiffer.
I'll come over and do it. I literally love to wet. I literally will like wet Swiffer.
There's a Dyson now that's also like a mop.
Will you send me a link?
Yeah.
Okay. When I was like young.
You should have bought a Dyson when you were.
No, when I was young. When I was young and like feeling myself.
It was just like a movie.
But I should have been like a houseboy.
I thought you were going to say a housekeeper.
No, I should have like let like older gay couples like employ me to like clean their house like in like
just in a
like
thong
or like in my briefs. Why I didn't do any of that.
They could have paid you in blow. You would have been happy.
I did. I'd take a little billow and
little cash.
But I should have done that.
But that's how also things can go dark.
Yeah, but like I would have like set boundaries.
Girl, that's what you think. But when blow comes into the mix, boundaries go out the door. And suddenly, you're cleaning Bryan Singer's house.
Oh no! True.
So it's a good thing. Don't look back. Live in the now.
I get very retrospective on my.
You know what?
On my
You're
birthday.
in a position where you can be your own houseboy.
I am.
You can get that fucking Dyson that's like a mop hybrid vacuum and just clean and have just a dandy old time and wear a thong if that's your journey. And
okay. Thank you.
You've got this.
Thanks, Diva.
Zack and Benji decide they're going to move in together.
You can see Benji's like, okay, I'm going to live in your apartment. Cool.
It's just, I think, one of those apartments with like gray floors and like gray walls.
Mm-hmm.
Who did that? Who was the decider? They should be tried.
At The Hague.
They should be tried. It's like a civil rights violation to
women and gays to live in gray apartments is like actually infringing on women's rights and LGBT rights.
I'd take it a step further and say forcing anyone to live in an apartment with gray laminate flooring and a gray wall scheme with like a white
decal
molding is a gross violation of human rights, period.
True.
And no one, I don't care who you are and what you've done, you shouldn't have to live like that.
We should do like a no hate campaign where me and you.
No gray.
No gray.
Truly.
True. Brittany heads on over to the Couchy house and Jax isn't there. And she goes in really quick with Cruz and the nanny to like, what is she doing? I don't know.
I don't know what she's doing. She's starting shit. She went in there to like survey the scene and like surprise Jax with a camera crew. And she's like looking around. She opens the fridge. She sees a cup. She goes, great, a cup with lipstick in it on the fridge.
And then all of a sudden she hears the rumblings of the golf cart and she goes, oh God, the golf cart's here. Fuck. Jax did his like AM PM run on the golf cart. You can drive those?
I guess.
God, I would run. I want to like run him off the road.
You should. If you ever see him,
I'm flooring it.
Go full Mad Max.
Yeah.
He like comes up to Cruz. Jax is trying to do like with the cameras rolling, trying to do like the I'm just a loving father. I love my
Being
son.
deprived of my son.
And he like runs up to Cruz and he's like, hey buddy, hey, and goes to hug him. And Cruz just goes full like crouch. He
Fetal.
hates him
And he tries kissing him, and she goes, "Don't kiss him with your mouth. Don't kiss him, please.
Please don't kiss his face.
Please don't kiss his face." And he's like, "Why?" And she goes, "Because you had like a skank over last night. That's why."
I was like,
And you kissed her, and I don't know where those lips have been.
I
I was
know.
like, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
And then we get a shot of, we also see a taped over the ceiling camera with a deck, like a card from like a deck of cards. So no one can see what's happening. It's so fucked. And then we see like Bigfoot footage of surveillance CCTV of the night before, Paige trucking across.
Huge knockers.
Her knockers are-
trucking-
Her knocker. She walks with her knockers. We see her trudging across the lawn to go get fucked.
we get a picture of her, and I remember now, this was Paige Woolen, the girl with the huge tits that Jax was dating for a while. And Jax goes, "She's just a friend. She's a friend." And Brittany is, "We need to have a conversation." Jax goes, "I'm not talking to you. You destroyed my life."
No, I think you destroyed her. You destroyed the fabric of her being.
I love Jax saying, "You destroyed my life."
He's such a fucking piece of shit. He's such good TV, though. I'm sorry.
It's so good. He goes, "I'm going to a treatment center for 30 days. He goes, "And it's just fucked up because I need to work." He goes, "You don't pay a single bill."
She goes, "I'll pay all the bills."
"I pay every bill." She goes, "I put half down for the house. I pay all the fucking bills." And he goes, "Well, you never check on me or see how I'm doing."
He's throwing like
anything he can.
furniture just to see what.
She goes, "You need help." And he goes, "You need help."
He's on something.
He's on coke.
Yeah.
He's wearing a Jax's Studio City.
He's driving around the golf cart going.
He's coked out in a golf cart wearing double Jax Studio City merch. The man's on blow.
Yeah.
He goes, "I'll never forgive you for this."
He's literally driving around on a jalopy of death, a coke jalopy, going beep beep. The parents are like getting their babies out of the way before
He's a menace on the streets, going to the AM/PM to get his coffee fix. He probably meets a dealer at the AM/PM.
"I'll never forgive you.
I'll never forgive you for this." And then he goes, "I'm done. This is toxic."
He's queening out.
He is queening the fuck out. He goes to the cameras. He goes, "God, it's just all so toxic, you know." I was like, "Who
What
are
is
you
wrong
right
with
now?"
you?
Brittany then retreats down into the living room.
She literally says, "I don't know who you are. Like, I don't know who you've become." I'm like,
"You've seen it.
"You've seen it.
You saw it."
You've seen it since day one."
She goes, "I don't want to stay here. Like, can everyone just come to my house?" She says to the crew.
And she goes, some girl slept here last night." He goes, "She stayed in the guest room." And then she goes, "That's where my mama stays."
And he goes, "Well, she stayed there." He goes, "I can't have someone different." He goes, "I can't have someone over to my house to just stay in a different room."
Okay. And then the impossible happens. The thing that we've never seen ever done on Vanderpump, ever. On any, right?
Like explicitly stated.
She says, "You have a coke problem," to Jax. I've never heard anyone on the show, like we've obviously heard the pasta, we've heard illusions, tequila
Everyone
Katie.
knows that Jax has a coke problem. That's no secret, but no one's ever said it.
He goes, "Oh, and you don't do a coke?" And she goes, "I'm not saying I've never done it." She goes, "But drug test me right now. I'd be clean."
"I'll pass it. Will you?" And that shuts his ass up.
And then Jax is like, "I've been caught." And he starts going full like cryptid. And that's when Brittany starts getting scared because I think she sees like the rage, and she's like, we gotta go to the camera crew. There's a shot of her where he's creeping down the staircase and she's in the far room and she literally has her hands out like this and she looks like the alien in Signs.
Their straight hell
I was
is
gagged by
impressive.
her. I was impressed that she said
on camera.
what needed to be said.
I know.
I was like, good for her.
I love.
You have a coke?
You have a coke problem. Like, you don't do it. And she goes, "I'm not saying that, but give me a drug test right now and I'll pass it. Will you?" No, absolutely not. You don't even want to know what Jax has in his system. He texts random
Amoebas.
Jason. Brittany texts Jason their fucking emergency.
I guess they live close.
Yeah. I just wrote, do they even know each other? I guess so. And Jason picks Jax up. Jax is now like happily packing.
This is what he loves. This this is what you're giving a kid. It's like you're bringing a kid to the candy store. He loves. This is what his dream is. Like people just paying attention to him, giving him sympathy, drama.
But he also likes to just pretend like he still thinks he's fooling people.
He's like, I really just miss my son.
And he's like, now where are my keys? Where did I put those keys?
It's
really crazy.
It's like Coke psychosis.
I like to see it. And then he goes with Jason. He's like, I'm just really scared of missing out. I'm having FOMO, missing out on important moments with my son. I was like, you hate your son, and your son hates you.
You're missing out on all your friends at the AM PM. That's what you want. It's like
you are missing out on driving, waking up at like 2:30, driving to the AM PM to meet your dealer and get a cup of coffee in your golf cart, coming home, sleeping it off, starting to drink, going to your bar, and hooking up with Paige Woolen.
And then making her sleep in another bed.
And repeat just every day the same.
Where was his rehab? It looks like it was like up the street.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be like, if I was Brittany, I'd be like, you need to go to the other side of the country.
He needs to go to not Florida, because that's actually like kind of a corrupt rehab system.
Well, I don't believe in like outdoor school, like boarding, that kind of like wilderness school.
He needs to go to wilderness.
But he needs to go. Sorry.
He does.
For him, it's an exception.
Yeah, he does.
And then at the end, he goes, so yeah, my name is Jax Taylor.
And I'm finally admitting that I need help.
Okay. I was like, is he going to say it?
I got,
I'm finally admitting that I'm starting to need help.
What I haven't told you guys is that I'm actually going to go to a
mental hospital.
I'm just waiting for like the mental hospital guy to call me back.
Oh, mental institution's calling. You guys got to go.
You guys got to get out of here.
So,
I got to take this.
My name is Jax Taylor, and I'm finally admitting I need help.
On the after show, he goes, I'm so glad I did it, because it really saved my life. I'm like, you're literally still doing drugs.
Yeah, fuck you. You're such a liar.
You're such a liar. It's incredible, though. Keep it going.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it going for as long as possible.
So, yeah. My name is Jax Taylor, and I'm finally ready to admit that I need help. Can't wait to see him in a meeting.
He also doesn't stay at rehab the whole time.
No, he leaves at 15 days.
And then he goes to rehab again. And I think he also didn't stay the whole time the second time.
He did. He actually did.
He did the second time?
No, but I'm thinking if like that.
He did his two
15-day stints.
But that's a lot of money to bet. You're paying $15,000 for 15 days you didn't yet.
Yeah.
Fucking legends only.
This show is for legends only.
It is really
Thank God for the Valley. Thank
legendary show.
Let's shout out to our cultists.
Give me our cult members, my God.
Hey, taking shots.
Gina Sapienza.
Sexy Nick Gandalf.
Ro Rosengarten.
Ash Kelly.
One of the dolls.
Teddy the Schnauzer and Tony Mangus Colt.
Alex Lyle.
Makeup Fresh.
Albit's Lake.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston.
Lucy from London.
Brooke Johansson.
Lilia Farrell.
Danielle from The Brim.
Mary.
Kate Solin.
Mike Earhart.
Matthew Thomas.
Owsley Robinson.
Kathy Beast.
Kit Moore.
Orlando.
Patron of the Farts.
Nick Sedaris.
Mr. Brandon.
Emily.
Kim Lucas.
Drew from Toronto.
Katie the Sup Lawyer.
RJ.
Modern Counsel in McLean, Virginia.
Jeffrey Pradama. Bye,
guys,
y'all.
If you are curious, you should check out our Patreon. We do weekly bonus episodes. We also just started doing a weekly video mini episode for our $10 monthly patrons called That's So Random. And it's a really fun place. There's so much content there. We're going to give you a little sneak peek of this week's bonus episode. So the Daily Mail's like front page news was about Nostradamus predictions, a 1,000-year-old prophecy, which things are grim when that's
really
like
scraping.
the top. That's the top article. But of course, I had to click. I love a prophecy. But now I'm sad that I clicked because the prophecy is not looking good. So basically, there's this guy, Saint Malachi, who created the prophecy of the popes in like the 1500s, like 1560 or something. And it features 112 short cryptic phrases that allegedly describe each future pope until Judgment Day. And
He's like
he channeled
ugly,
fat,
Yeah.
ugly,
fat
racist,
face, moon face,
predator,
Skeletor,
pervert.
pervert.
So she was channeled. She was channeling, and then she read everyone to filth in 112 cryptic phrases. And
What the fuck?
so basically, some people think like, oh my God, the prophecy, and like she's been right on the money every time. And then some people say it was written to just like influence that year's conclave. But whatever side of the coin you lie on, the fact is she did eat some popes the fuck up with her predictions. And her final prediction is like whoever is elected pope this time around is going to be the last pope.
This
Next pope, last pope. And it's going to be Pope Peter the Roman. And there's 3 people in the conclave running whose names are Peter. One is like a super conservative. One is from Ghana. And then one is Italian. So then I was like, what do you mean the last pope?
3 of them are Peter?
Yeah, 3 options. So then I was like, what's this about Judgment Day, Queen? And so then I scrolled and it says, this is directly from St. Malachi's writings in
his book of reeds.
His book of reeds. In the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church, there will reign Peter the Roman, who will feed his flock amid many tribulations, after which the 7-hilled city will be destroyed and the dreadful judge will judge the people. The end, the last passage of the book reads.
Who's the dreadful judge?
Girl,
Satan?
I don't fucking know.
Antichrist?
I'm not loving this for my future in Rome, which it says this last judgment day is 2027. So I was like,
wait, what?
yes, I know. I'm stressed now. I'm very stressed. I have a very
7-hilled city.
The 7-hilled city will be destroyed.
You have a sinking feeling that the end is coming.
I said the end is nigh.
Maybe. ChatGPT is obsessed with Virgin Mary and Immaculate Conception.
Who isn't?
Things are happening in the singularity.
Chat knows what's up because I too am
scared.
obsessed. But the dreadful judge, I'm unclear on who that is.
I feel like that's like
this
the
bitch,
Antichrist. The Antichrist comes and like
yeah, I
plunges
mean, I
the
guess
world into darkness.
they're technically. I know what like the judgment day is, where Jesus comes back and he's like, you get in, you're out, hell, you're in, you're out. And like everyone is spirited away to wherever they are going to be. I don't believe in that, but I do believe like in like a huge earthquake that destroys Rome or something like that. You know what? I think like a lot of this shit is allegorical when they talk about stuff like really, they're like the beast with wings. It's like a fighter jet that drops a bomb.
Yeah.
I don't love it. Either way, don't love it. I don't love the timing. I
personally don't believe in Nostradamus, but I love the coincidence of 3 options named Peter.
Look, and I also think if you're going to say 112 short cryptic phrases, and a few of them might end up being right. So I'm not all in, but I just don't love, for me personally, selfishly,
you're in a place of like,
this isn't working for my timeline. If you like what you hear, go to patreon.com/sexyuniquepodcast and
we'll
sign
see
up.
you in the new studio.
Yeah, we're going to go remote for the next week because we're moving to a new studio space. So we will be publishing as planned. Babe is on hiatus for the time being, but we're going to be publishing our bonus episodes, our Valley recaps, our That's So Random, and then the week of May 5th, we'll be back in action in the stew.
Mayday.
Bye.